Hello walkers, and welcome back to City Walks, the walking channel where I wander around and take you with me through cities and hiking trails and all sorts of fun stuff. Today we are in Loire. I think that's how it's pronounced. And that's not the right turn. We just arrived here a couple hours ago. I did look up the Wikipedia page. It's surprisingly vague. It talks about some of the Roman history when it was Novodium. And it was a place where Caesar stored hostages and gold and weapons and stuff until the local tribe attacked it and burned it and stole it. And that's all there really is. They've done some ceramics. They're known for that, this blue ceramics. It's kind of where, instead of bend in the Loire River where several rivers meet nearby in one major canal. I'm hoping that this rain will hold off. And so we're just going to wander around and see what we can see. And hopefully there'll be some interesting stuff like this tower over here, which is... I don't really know. Let's call it. Let's just go down and see. It's pretty cool. I want to thank our Patreon supporters. Your support is very helpful, very energizing, and much appreciated. And if you'd like to become a Patreon supporter for, I think it's $5 a month, or to do a one-time contribution via PayPal or Coffee, please find the links in the YouTube description. This is really cool. Well, if we were to go down to the right, we would find the Loire River, but let's go through this old town section just because it's fun to go under a tunnel, under a tower. I like to give the temperature as well. Sorry. It's 62 degrees Fahrenheit, 17 degrees Celsius, just a little bit before 7 p.m. This, I believe, is a museum on the left, the Museum of Faience d'Art. And I think that's a craftsperson type thing. Look at this balcony over here. I believe this church is the Cathedral of St. Cyr and St. Juliette de Nevers. Love these shutters too. Yeah. I also want to shout out to people that leave comments. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys will, if you have memories or information or corrections put nicely, I hope you'll share them in the YouTube comment section. Because it's one of my favorite parts of running this channel is interacting with you guys in a positive way. I like to call out the street names, but I can't always find the signs. This is Rue des Jacobins, which I believe would be Jacobins. Let's go up here. I usually have a policy of not climbing steps while I film because I get huffy and puffy. It seems like the most direct route. Oh. Look at this narrow little house. Roof lines going every which way. Love it. It's a town of only 45,000 apparently. For some reason I thought it was going to be bigger. It has a famous raceway whose name I'm forgetting right now, where they have the French Grand Prix. about 15 miles out of town. It's part of the Burgundy region, I believe. Look at that. Golly, people are able to park these cars in these tiny little areas. Kudos to them. Let me see if I can find an entrance. Looks like it might be around this way. I believe I read that it's a combined church, and it has two apses, which is interesting. Built between the 11th and 16th century, if I remembered correctly. Looks like it's getting a facelift. You can see a lot of the pictures of the artisans that'll be working on it, or are working on it. Oh, look at that. Very cool. Ooh, look over here. It's a Thursday, so hopefully we can find an open door and not disturb any services. When I go into a church, I try to be quiet and respectful. 9 hours. 6:30. Oh, we missed it. Bummer. I try to be respectful and quiet and let people enjoy the space. Well, let's go down into this old section and we'll take a look back. Oh, it sounds like they're playing some music in there too. Oh well. All right, I'm gonna flip you around here. I forgot to do the real flip where I introduce myself. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all of the carved statues around there. The corners and the faces. The intricacy of the stonework is amazing to me. We're gonna keep going down here. This is a good time to flip you around. So there's gonna be a whip pan here. Watch it. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today, your virtual travel guide, your co-discoverer. And when I say co-discoverer, that means I don't always know where I'm going, where I've been, or what I'm doing. But I do find interesting things and try and go down streets that may not be shown in other videos or websites. So I'm gonna flip you around again, other way actually. There we go. And I think this is the Ducal Palace, which has now become the Ville d'Hôte. Is that right? Hotel de Ville. Hotel de Ville. No, it's become the Justice Center, sorry. And I'm not gonna go in too far because I don't wanna cause any problems. But I think that used to be a Duke's Palace. I do not know the dates. Rue de Cloître, Saint-Cyr. Okay. Love it. Look at the cobblestone as well. It's really pretty. It's not fun to ride a bike on, but it's kind of cool. This is Place du Palais. Let's go down Rue de la Cathedral, because there's this cool house down here. Ooh, Cafe Velo. Velo means bicycle, so that might be something worth seeing. What a hodgepodge of buildings. Wonderful. If you see bags of trash on the sidewalk, that's only because tomorrow is probably trash day, and people set out their trash to be picked up. So it's not just a bunch of litter. This half-timbered house here. Let's duck down here. I have no idea what this is. Little alleyway. Probably won't get stabbed. Look at this little mailbox here. Well, it's not as interesting as I had hoped. Let's go back. I mean, it's a pretty old wall, so that's pretty cool. That doorway's pretty cool. Check out, sorry, you can find our other walks on the website, City Walks Virtual Tours, and you can find out more, where you can see more about my son's and I's bicycle trip that we're on. Crossing France at Traveling Filmmaker, which is one of my social media accounts. It's just a little stair step down to the river. We'll make our way down here. There's a excuse me, a place square down here. We'll see what's going on down there. We'll see the river, and then we'll head upstream and back up into the town. It seems that most restaurants do not start serving food or do not open until 7 p.m. Sometimes you can get food at the bars and brasseries before that. Brasserie Pont de Loire. Oh, look at this place. Yes. This gate. Reminds me a little bit of the narrow, tiny streets of Naples. If you get a chance, go check those walks out. Did a couple walks there, 2 or 3. A lot of outdoor seating. It's so nice to be able to sit outside. Most of them have these umbrellas that will keep the rain off of you, keep the sun off of you. It's really nice. I am going to cross this way, and then I'm going to cross over. As we cross, you'll notice, ooh, look at this. Ooh, yeah, we're definitely going to go back down there. Maybe I'll cross another place. It's pretty busy down here. These old buildings. The railing at the top of that one. Fun. A little skate park over there. Duck over through here. See a bunch of kids playing. Awesome. A couple of kids e-biking or biking or being pulled by a scooter. Cool buildings. Not neat just to be able to walk along and see these medieval buildings, and people are still living in them, right? This isn't some protected place reserved and roped off. Still a living, vibrant city. It's always a little tricky to decide when to turn up into the hillside here. Look at the stonework on that one. Fun. This thing up here. Utility van with a crane on it. Looks like former castle walls or city walls, and then all of a sudden you get into these buildings that are pubs and apartments, etc. And on this side you have modern. Well, I don't know about modern, but Wish I had a street name for you. People out having their evening cocktails. Unhappy. Let's just make a little loop around here. Bonjour. Seems like maybe Nevers is one of these cities where you just keep going and going and going and find new cool places to film and look. Look at this white building, the pharmacy. It's got a intricate roof line and stonework. And, yeah, just pretty cool. Oof, da. It's fast. Ooh, some flowers here. All right, let's loop. Make our little loop to the left here, if we can. This loop is not as interesting as I'd hoped. Some shop windows. Oh, quirky little building this is. Big garage. Little kitty window. All right. Go past this construction and I think we get into some more interesting stuff. Here, kids playing. Magnolias. I think their flowers are about to come out. This will be beautiful. Oh, look at this. It's a bank. Ooh, kebabery. Love kebabs.
Vous faites une vidéo?
Ouais,
Vous êtes youtubeur?
ouais. City walks.
C'est quoi?
City walks. City walks. I'm not sure what the flags are for, but these kids want to be on YouTube. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. And this church, I forget what this one's called. Did look it up. Ooh, look at these. Église Saint-Pierre de Nevers. Let's go over here and we'll take a look back. It's much smaller. It's not a cathedral. Still pretty big. How cute were those kids? Ooh, an arch. Rue des Ardillers. And there's Rue de la Préfecture. Guess we got to go around here. Maybe that's the Duke's Palace. It's a nice little square here and fountain. No, the Palais de Ducal was the one we saw earlier. Ooh, look at the old Citroen over here. Citroen A. I've seen quite a few that have been restored and are still functioning. It's kind of neat. Love the way they make these trees. We're gonna make a left on Rue Vauban. Because why not? The tires on this thing. Interesting. Again, I don't see a street sign. Certainly is charming. Ooh, look at this maison. Separate bike lanes off to the left here on what we would call the sidewalk, but they've made allowance for bikes. These cities, I've said this in an earlier walk, these cities are so easy to get around on bikes. It's almost, unless you don't live in the city or you live far out, having a car just doesn't seem like it makes much sense for the most part. Even with the hills, they're not so bad if you use your gears, and honestly with e-bikes today, only the biggest hills are of consequence. I shouldn't even be walking in the e-bike, in the bike lane. That was Rue Hoche, H-O-C-H-E. And what we're going to do is we're going to make our way down towards the train station. Give you an idea of what that's like. If you watch the tour video, It's not like that. It's much smaller because it's a much smaller city. But that train station was pretty impressive. I really enjoyed that one. There's a building over here, two buildings actually. And one's a church. Not sure what the other is, but this one on the left here behind the trees. There we go. That's a church, I believe, or was at one point. And we're going to go around the front here. Ooh, look at this beautiful square. Well, this looks like a bank now, but what a beautiful building. We will go across and get a better view. Love how people stop for you at the crosswalk. That's just the assumption. Look at that. How quaint is that? Place Carnot is where we are. L'Agricole is this lovely little bistro restaurant. It's like a marketplace back there. They're locking up. Oh, I forgot. We're going to the train station. All right. So I think that's the Duke's Palace, the backside of it. We saw that earlier. And we're going to go this way. For just a little bit. Hopefully. Ooh. Artisanal boulangerie. I'm a fan. Look at this old ancient timber, ancient looking timber anyway. There's our favorite Cathedral of Nevers. I was kind of hoping there'd be a place to cut through. We'll get there one way or another. Little pizza place. Dun, 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 dun. I can get through here. Hopefully that's where I want to go. Sort of. And by sort of, I mean, not really. It's the Best Western there, I guess. Or at least their garage. Look at the ceramic above the window to the left there. Isn't that kind of neat? I hope you guys enjoy these walks. Tell your friends if you do, please. Oh, yeah. I saw that building earlier. Well, here's the Best Western, off to the left. Surprisingly few Western hotels here, although I guess for a city of 45,000, it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. I'm gonna come left here. I'll give you a look back up the street here. I think this is one of the primary commercial streets in Nevers. If it's not, let me know, please. It's separate. Looks like a separate bike lane. This is kind of a cool little storefront here. This, I don't know, what is it? Faïencerie? So that must be pottery. Bonjour. But look at the work here. Got that fin de siècle vibe going. Weeks of absinthe. And then here's Francois Bernard, who's the master ceramicist. So we both learned something today. Maybe. And here's the Nevers train station, just as I promised, even though it took me a few more steps. Look at this cool building. The dormers up there, the old chimneys and stuff. There's a bus station down there. I want to thank you guys for joining me today here in Nevers, France. It's been a lot of fun for me to walk around and explore. And this was an exploration. I didn't know any of that stuff. Our apartment's up here around the corner. And I'd gone to the grocery store up that street we just came down. And that was about it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we pointed out some interesting things. I'm not sure exactly where our next walk is going to be because we're going to be doing some big rides and then going through smaller towns. So I'm not sure how I'm going to work in some more walks, but hopefully I will. I will at some point regardless. But until then, so I guess, let me restart that. For that reason, you should check us out. Come by, subscribe, do all that stuff so you can find out the big mystery. I'm just joking. But seriously, we'll see you next time. Until then, keep on stepping.